At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Ranked #1 in innovation for 10 consecutive years and #2 among public universities for employability, ASU isn't just ahead of the curve, it's creating new paths to success. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online, that's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
You are listening to the Let's Chat Soon podcast. We are so excited that you're embarking on this journey with us. Let's Chat Soon is a space where we chat all things body, soul, and spirit, and how when you align all three, you unlock a full life. A healthy you is the best gift that you can give to grow the kingdom and to those you love.
Welcome back to another week's episode. I'm your host, Alexis.
And I'm Mackenzie.
I love today's episode. I always start it this way, but we're doing a Q&A, and
this is our first one.
I know. That's why I'm excited for it.
We've been waiting a little bit to build y'all up a little bit of let's get some new people in here. Let's get some questions. And today you guys showed out.
You gotta trust us to give advice. I feel like that's, I don't know, it's a step further. You're getting to know us a little more.
Which when I think about our most played episode, we joke about this all the time. It's the breakup episode. It is literally the one episode where we don't give a single piece of advice. We just sat there and cried.
No, literally. I can't listen back to that episode because I think I'm embarrassed. But it was honestly just a true raw reality of what was happening.
Entirely. So I'm honestly not sure if you guys are here for our advice or just to listen to us
just ramble.
Die.
I don't know. I don't know.
To listen to our tragic life. Not really sure, but we're going to give you some unsolicited advice. You didn't ask for it. Actually, wait, they did.
They definitely asked for it. I don't know if they trust what we're going to say, but hopefully.
Maybe you guys see us as authoritative figures, but to be determined.
Oh, anyways, this is also the first time. Mackenzie was gone for 3 months.
I was gone for
essentially.
3 months. I was like, wait, when was I gone for 3 months? I was gone for a week. It felt like an eternity, guys.
Literally felt like a year. So much has changed. We actually had to move out of the frat house, and I didn't realize it was the last night of the frat house when it was the last night.
No, and I slept for 2 hours in your bed.
Yeah.
And then I left at 6 a.m. the next morning.
I didn't even know you left.
That makes sense.
But yeah, anyways, so we are back in our second location of shooting.
Pretty much.
All right. How do we want to do this? Do we want to ask each other and then we'll both give answers? We'll read them off one by one?
Yeah, that works.
Cool.
Okay. So starting off, what is your biggest red flag in dating?
My biggest red flag in dating. I
need to get comfy for these answers.
We didn't fully think through how to answer these. Okay. I would say if they are rude to other people. First of all, if they're rude to you, that's a red flag. But if they're rude to staff members, the valet, the people checking you out, the waitress, I think that is such a turnoff, and I think that's such a red flag because okay, they can treat you nice on a date, but if they're treating other strangers bad, how are they going to treat your future friends, your future family? I don't know. It just gives me the biggest ick in the world.
People who are I hate it when guys don't see every single person on the same level as them. I feel like that's just that's exactly what that
it is.
It's so telling of that, of oh, you don't see someone in the service industry the same level as you. Oh, no. And honestly, if they're calling themselves a Christian too, run.
Yeah.
Run.
No.
Run regardless.
Yeah, I would say I just don't vibe with that at all. What would your biggest red flag be?
That's definitely a red flag for me as well. But I think not communicating well or intentions, really all across the board. If you suck at communicating, bye. Also, I think too, because I've been in the 5-year-long relationship and now I've obviously been out of that for, almost 3 years now, which is wild to say. But we all come from different backgrounds. We all have different expectations of what a relationship looks like. If you're not communicating that immediately, what the heck is the point? You're just going to be arguing over and over again. I hate how people walk into relationships being oh, well, they should just know. They should just know to do that. No, communicate it. And I feel like sometimes guys, girls get almost controlling with this too, where they're well, it's just the way it is. It's just whatever. And it's no, you need to communicate that.
Yeah. We're all different. Like you said, we come from different backgrounds. We're different people. So we're going to want different needs. One guy you date might want one thing and the next might want another. Like,
Right.
or we don't know that. And I think also, I forgot what, it was like a book I was listening to, but it was an author on like the male's perspective with dating. And they are such like cut and dry people that they also need to be communicated with. Like, they can't read our minds. We can't read their minds. So
We like to think that. We love to think that
yeah,
men
as
can read our
girls.
minds.
Oh my gosh. And like the whole like if he wanted to, he would. That's to a certain extent, I think. Like sometimes they just don't know
Mm-hmm.
that you want that. And so like why would they do it? They don't know you want it. I feel like that fits with certain things, but
I would agree with that because I think there is definitely certain exceptions to
100%.
that where, yes, I love flowers. I voiced I love flowers to every single man in my life. It's like first date. And I'm like, by the way, I love flowers.
Yeah. And it's not you say it once and then they should catch on. It's not like you have to communicate these things over and over again. And it's like, all right, well, I'm just communicating. Like, no, if you say it once and they're not catching on, like that's a problem with them, not
This
you.
is kind of in line with green flags too. So next question of like, what's your biggest green flag? Hearing it once and doing it. Like
Yes.
I mentioned on a first date one time, my favorite food's Italian. Next date, hey, we're going to an Italian restaurant because you casually mentioned in conversation that was your favorite.
paying attention to the person that they're dating.
Oh, it's
And they're trying to
such
pursue.
a green flag. It's
Yeah.
literally such a green flag. We had even like a guy I was dating paid attention to something about you and you came to dinner with us and was like, oh, I already checked the menu to make sure you could eat it.
Yeah, I have like a bunch of allergies, as we all know. And he was like, oh, it's approved. Like there's stuff on the menu you could eat. I was like, oh,
Wow.
okay.
Wow.
Like that. Yeah, we love that.
It's so attractive. I think that's my biggest green flag. What's yours?
I would say being complimentive, which kind of in line goes with yours because they're noticing things about you. Like a guy can go out and date all these girls, whatever, do all the flashy fun things. But like if they're not being specific to you while they're pursuing you, like I want it to be tailored. I want the dates to be tailored to me, to what I like. I want to get compliments based off me, not just like generalized. So I think that's a big thing. I dated a guy like when I first started dating them. I remember I would like get super dressed up and like think I'm looking my best. I'm like, oh, he's gonna like love this. Like I'm fitting the vibe. And we would like get there and he's like, all right, you ready to go? I'm like, not even like you look good. Like, I don't know. I'm just like such a words of affirmation person as well. And then when I'm dating someone, they should know that. Like I voice that. So if you're not giving me compliments,
even just like regardless with men dating, we spend so much time as women getting ready. Like it just is.
it's a deal. Yeah.
Regardless. So if you're a man listening to this podcast, just it goes so far. Just being like, wow, you look really nice.
Yeah. I say that to the guy. Like they're putting effort in too. A quarter of the effort we're putting in. But I'm like, oh my gosh, you look great. Hello. What do I look like?
What? Hey, excuse me, sir. What do I look like right now?
No, literally. I would hint towards that man I was dating that like didn't really give compliments in the beginning. I would just be like, oh, like, do you like my outfit? Like I would just straight up ask. I'm like, how do I look? And he's like, yeah, you look great. I'm like, hello? Like he just didn't catch on. I don't know. It was
I'm saying this, but literally I've been in a relationship before where I had to search my texts of like when the last time someone called me beautiful or hot or gorgeous was. It was 3 months prior. So I can't say anything to that.
Yeah. That's a no-go for me.
I didn't fully realize it though, because words of affirmation, okay, words of compliments are not my love language. Words of affirmation, 100%. We had this realization
Yeah,
the
we
other
did.
day where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out, whatever. And you're like, your words of affirmation.
And like, you want to be affirmed right now.
I go, affirmation means affirmed? No way.
Well,
Crazy.
I think, yeah, if people just think like words of affirmation, like, oh, you're pretty, you're beautiful, you're cool, you're smart. Like, no, it goes so much deeper. It's like you are securing my emotions and my feelings.
And that I need to be told every single day. Like, I need
Yeah.
someone to tell me, especially in the talking
Same.
phase, that you like me.
Yeah.
Tell me
Especially
every
in
day.
the world where like we're all talking, everyone's talking to 10,000 people and you're like, are we together? Are we not? Like, what is this? What is it not? And it just gets messy and it's like, okay, like.
You like me so much, and then the next day I'm being ghosted. What do you mean?
Exactly.
How am I supposed to not have trust issues?
Yeah.
And it's not even trust issues. It's just like the nature of it.
Dating
Ew.
in 2025.
Ew.
Disgusting.
Okay, so do we stay on the dating topic for now and go into those questions? Because there was quite a bit on relationships.
There was. Yeah, let's stick with it.
Okay, I say we stick with that and then we move around. We had a guy write in and ask,
He was like, from a woman's perspective on dating, give advice for the man.
okay, You want to start? You want me to?
You can go.
I think in line of what we were saying of like being complimentary, showing up, being specific, plan dates, like make a reservation. Don't ask like, oh, where do you want to go? Just plan it.
Plan it. Be
I
the
think-
man and pursue.
100%. Even if like maybe ask her like, hey, what's your dietary whatever? Because it's true. Like I've had guys be like, let's go to ice cream. And I'm like, I literally can't eat dairy. Like I'm so sorry. And I fully have like not gone on dates because of that. And I've just not responded, which is horrible of me. But anyways, I have. Plan a date. Ask around if she's like a picky eater or anything like that, because some girls are. Like I'm not a picky eater. Truly, I have guys order food for me at a restaurant. I don't like ordering myself. I'm fully like, make my decision for me. Thank you. To me, that's so attractive.
I think also like we are women that almost have like a masculine side that we play into a lot by building our businesses and being like entrepreneurs, that when we're dating and when we're with a man, we want to play into that feminine side.
Oh my gosh,
Like
yes.
if I'm dating somebody, I don't want to make a decision. I want to turn my brain off and just enjoy it. I don't think all women are like that, but I feel like we're the same in that area. So it's just about like understanding who you're pursuing and who you're going on a date with. But
Yeah.
I feel like the bottom line is just pursue them.
Right.
like, get back to the art of chasing who you're going after.
Right. Exactly. And I'm trying to think of advice. I mean, if a guy's asking and he actually like gives a crap, then pursue her and just her in that season.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're 2 or 3 dates in, don't like, what's the need of talking to 20 other people?
Right. Exactly.
Like in all reality, the like dates you're going to go on are going to be kind of like quick. It's going to be like, okay, 2 weeks, see if this is actually moving somewhere or not. And if it is, great. If it's not, okay, great. You wasted 2 weeks of your time.
Yeah. I think this goes not even just for men, but women also, is like before you even go into that season of dating, define what you want. Because in the first date, you're going to know if that's worth pursuing or not. Like if you know what you're going in and looking for, you kind of get a grasp after the first couple dates if like that's in line with what you're looking for.
Yeah. A friend
what I
gave me the advice one time of when you're going into dating for the first 5 dates, don't be like, oh my gosh, this is my husband. Like, don't question literally at
Yeah.
all. Literally just be like, would I like to see them again?
Yeah.
Would I like to see them once more? And do that for the first 5 dates.
Yeah.
Also, this is not really dating advice for men or women. It's for both. And I need to scream this at you too.
I don't know.
Short dates. Short first dates. Those first 5 dates especially, short.
Yeah.
Short.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Because then you fall in love on the 3rd date because you
Mhm.
spent 18
You
hours
basically
with them.
had 12 dates.
You had 12 dates in one.
Yeah.
I come back from a week-long trip and one of my friends is like, I have a boyfriend. I'm like, I left for a week. What do you mean? And you're like, well, I spent like 82 hours with them since you've been gone. And I'm like, what on earth? In a week I go on maybe like 2, max 3-hour dates.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it helps you
Where
like,
you're doing one activity and then going home.
exactly.
You're not
And it
doing
keeps
10.
them wanting more,
Exactly.
which is a good thing. That works both ways for guys and girls. And it's not this like, oh, well, we're attached now. Like you met this man a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
You're not married to him. This helps you like make clear decisions and keep boundaries. But
Yeah.
I'm a boundaries girl. So
No, I fully agree. Just I'm not the friend with the boyfriend, by the way. I have to make that clear. Secondly, I fully agree because I'm the person that's like, okay, if I like someone, like, let's just keep hanging out. Let's do this. And I try to filter them into my lifestyle. And that's never worked for me in the past. I'm
Mhm.
single. Hello. Like,
Mhm.
I agree fully. Date
And
the
then
person,
it's-
go on a date, and then go home.
and then they have to
Analyze.
intentionally pursue you too.
And they have to
It's-
make the second date.
100%. And they have to continue planning dates. It's like, if you want to see me, plan a date.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, like, let's hang out. If a guy texts me to hang out
Mhm.
within the first 2 months of me knowing him, bye.
Yeah. You're good at that.
I am
I'm
good
not.
at that.
I'm not.
I'm very good at being like, okay, bye.
Goodbye. Yeah.
You don't text
But
me back,
also, like,
bye.
you should have your own life to get back to.
Yeah.
Like, you should be busy that you can't spend 24 hours with a person.
Mm-hmm. It's in the same way of talking about, honestly, treating it like literally sales, dating like sales,
Yeah.
like being like, oh, sorry, I'm busy. I can schedule you out maybe like next Tuesday at 5 p.m. I have about 2 hours free. Does that work for you?
Yeah, literally.
It's great.
I love it.
Always too busy for men.
Always.
I love it.
All right. Any other advice for the man? I don't think so, but
I don't think so. I feel like those are honestly pretty good beginner tips. And also, I think I'm trying to think of like, in terms of like dating advice for men, of like where to find women, how to find a woman.
well, it's hard because I'm not a man, but I think I would hang out in the places where you would like to hang out. And that's how we do it. Like,
Wellness events.
that's what I was literally going to say.
Yeah.
Events in your area, run clubs, wellness events, going to new gyms, going to new workout classes. Like,
I would love to say church, but I've had my issue with Christian guys. So
yeah. Yeah. My dad's always like, go to a church group. I'm like, Dad.
yeah, unfortunately, I feel like not we could do a whole episode on it because truly I have nothing to say, but it's a really unfortunate thing that like I feel like Christian guys sometimes, in my experience with dating Christian guys, they see you as like this good godly woman and then they're like, great, you're my wife. 2 seconds in.
Yeah, I've had that experience.
And I'm like, no, get to know me as a person.
I've had a man like literally like sit down and like talk to my parents on like literally the 5th time hanging out. I was
Christian
like,
men,
holy
stop being
crap.
weird. Stop
Don't
being
be
weird.
a weirdo. Like, yeah, I feel like because in Christian culture, it's like you're finding your wife and you're making the family and like, not that we don't want those things.
Right.
Like I feel like I'm sounding like I'm crapping on it, but it's like, I don't know. It's like they're so laser focused on in it that they get like kind of creepy and weird about it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it.
Exactly.
But,
And
yeah.
a lot of times, even in the way that I go about going on dates, I want to get to know you as a friend first. I don't want you literally looking at me and being like, oh, well, you're my wife.
Yeah.
No.
Like with a checklist of like, all right, are you going to make a sandwich good? Are you going to take care of the kids? Like, yeah, no.
Crazy.
Crazy. All right. Next question. He ghosted me. What do I do? You get hotter, you get richer, you move on.
Literally just let him.
That was my second option.
Hotter, richer, let him.
Let him. That's what I
Like-
mean by that. Like, goodbye, walk out the door, and then I'm going to go continue doing my life that I was doing before because
Right. And that can look
But-
like whatever it needs to you, to just like fully stop responding or just voicing like, hey, this was not okay that you did this. I'm just communicating that with you. I'm done here.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes doing that, sometimes as girls, we need to do that because I've been in the boat time before where a guy's stopped talking to me, but I like Snapchat him every once in a while. So I'm like, oh, well, like maybe he'll just come back. Like
you're
I'll
like
leave that
giving him
door
little
open.
sprinkles. Yeah.
Exactly. Dropping like Instagram likes, whatever. Like he'll still
Mhm.
like my story. And I'm like, well, the door's still open. Sometimes as women, we literally need to slam the door shut
Yeah, I agree.
and be like, well, like, yeah, we run in the same friend group. Yeah, like maybe we'll see each other and like something will rekindle. I'm sorry. I'm just communicating. I'm done here.
If they don't have a respect enough and they are going to literally ghost you, like actually when you're talking and then they just completely stop, like that is so disrespectful. You should hold yourself to a higher standard to be the one to be like, okay, that is not for me. This door is actually shut and I'm going to move on now.
And I think communicating that to them too almost like not puts them in their place, but most girls don't do that.
No.
Most people don't do that. They leave that door cracked because it's like, well, what if? Like, what if they were just really busy? What if they were just whatever? I don't really care.
Yeah, I feel like as a hopeless romantic, I'm always the what ifs. Like,
Yeah, me too.
a guy can just wreck my life and I'm like, well, maybe we were meant to be together and the stars will align next month. Like, no. Your future guy, your husband will not treat you like that. I'm sorry to say.
Mhm.
Like, I love all the videos on Instagram and TikTok that it's like, my future husband like would never
never.
ghost me. Like, that's crazy. What?
No, and respectfully, do you want that to be your story?
Exactly. I always think of it too as like, would I give my daughter this advice that I'm doing myself? Like,
Mhm.
if
Me too.
a boy was ghosting my daughter, would I be like, well, you know, maybe just don't say anything and wait for him to respond? Like, he just needs time. Like, no, absolutely not. So what advice would I give her? I'm going to give to myself.
And in the same way, this could be ghosting. This can be literally him just treating you with any sort of disrespect whatsoever. Voicing that and slamming that door shut. Because a lot of times, again, as girls, we're like, oh, that door is slammed shut. I would literally never. But you would.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
Yeah.
you would. And yeah, your friends can hold you accountable to an extent, but we joke, like literally all of online is me being like, everyone being like, see, like me running back to my situationship for the 18th millionth time. Stop doing it.
Yeah.
Literally stop doing it. And I think also putting that, it sounds so like weird and like not Christian like to say of like putting that energy out into the world, but putting that energy out into the world that I am not tolerating this makes you believe that too.
Yeah. And then it attracts the people that aren't going to treat you like that.
100%.
Like if you don't take yourself seriously enough, why would other people take you seriously enough?
Moving into different types of relationships in our life, speaking on friendships, one of you guys asked how to know when and how to let go of a long-term friendship.
Yeah, this one, it's funny. It's hard because I'm such a non-confrontational person. But I would first like analyze what type of friendship it is. I think as we get older, we all are in different seasons of life. So I have my best friends from high school that I still consider my best friends, even though I haven't talked to them in months, like actually, but it's because we're in such different seasons of life. And I think we both know, like, it's not that we're not friends anymore. It's just we actually have nothing in common.
Yeah.
Like, they're married, about to have kids, and I'm booking a one-way to Asia. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's different. So I would evaluate, like, okay, is this a friendship that is not serving you anymore and it's causing you harm and you actually need to cut it off? Or is it just a friendship that's kind of faded and you feel jaded because of that, but it's actually just a conversation that needs to be had of, okay, we're in different seasons, but we're still friends.
Right.
You know what I mean?
This is genuinely, I think, one of the hardest things about growing up, and I wish someone would have prepared me for it.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
I have spent literally like so many hours sobbing over this. I had best friends who like, I was the maid of honor in someone's wedding that I haven't talked to in almost a year. That's a really sucky reality.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, okay, do I address it? Do I not? Do I hope that when I come around to that season of life, we rekindle and we're friends again? Or do we need to have a conversation of like, okay, what do we do? But then on the other hand, I have a friend who I'm in super different seasons of life with, and we just sat down and had a conversation literally last week being like, all right, we're in really different seasons of life. How do we figure this out?
Yeah, how do we continue being friends?
Right. How do we love each other well, even in different seasons of life? And I think that like mature friendships can have those conversations, and it can be like, okay, what does this friendship look like right now? Addressing that it looked different prior, it's now going to look different. Like if you both are committed to the friendship, I think it's so mature to have those conversations of, hey, maybe this friendship isn't going to look like what it looked like a year ago, because sometimes proximity just is a thing too. Like,
yeah, people move away.
When you move away, it's more difficult to keep friendships. But being like, all right, for maybe the next year, like the foreseeable future, we talk once every couple months. And it's just like acknowledging that that's okay. That doesn't mean we don't love each other. That doesn't mean we're not best friends, but that's just kind of where our relationship is at, because it's hard to tell your friends who are married about your 18th guy you've been seeing. Like,
no, literally.
It feels so awkward.
It's
like
awkward, and it's like, it's just the conversations I feel like also never go like deeper, because it's like they don't understand, you don't understand where they're coming from.
Right.
Like,
no, I've caught up with friends who are like, oh, another guy. And I'm like, well, we haven't talked in 6 months.
Right,
Of course there's a new
exactly.
guy. Like, I'm in my 20s and I'm dating and men suck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you met your husband in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But also if they're a true friend and like if they're someone that needs to stay in their life, like they're going to understand that. And I think like friendships when we were younger were so easy. You liked the same Barbie dolls, and so that's what made you friends. And now that we're older, it's like it is work. It's just like a relationship. Like you have to put in the work to be their friend. They're going to have to put in work to be your friend. But I feel like that's so weird because of how friendships were growing up.
Right.
They were just easy. Your mom made a play date and that was your friend for the day.
Mhm.
And we never viewed it as like, this is actually a relationship where we have to put work into.
Right.
So, yeah.
I think the lifelong friend is where like this question actually hits, because I think in your immediate circle of like the people who are around you closest, like I think it is so important the people you're seeing every single day, talking to every single day, are the people who are building you up, are the people who are helping your business grow, your faith grow, your mindset grow, and are those like 5 friends of like your 5 closest friends are going to show you your future. You need to have healthy individuals in that type 5, but outside of that 5, those long-term friendships have a place there, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. And I think people are your best friends in different seasons, as hard as that is to say.
Yeah.
Like those lifelong friends, yeah, it's hard to navigate, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad thing to take them out of that major 5 and just kind of like not put them on the back seat, because they still could be like number 6 on that list. And I'm not saying you should rank your friends or anything like that, but those 5 core people or 2 people, whatever that looks like, are your inner circle. And then you have your outer circle. Read the book Find Your People by Jenny Allen. I think it's a really good
I haven't read
indicator on friendships. It's really great. And I think that'll be super helpful in giving you kind of advice on what that friendship looks like and where maybe you need to invest more in. And sometimes it's not even like, oh, I need to cut this person out. It's, I need to put my time in the next year into these other friendships instead.
Yeah, for sure. I had a friend in like 8th grade. We were super close, and then I moved schools and we didn't talk. And then I saw her, I think she came to like my open house, and we realized we're going to the same college. We're like, oh my gosh. And then we became super close. I was maid of honor in her wedding. We still talk, but we're not as close anymore. But she's a lifelong friend. Like we will have different seasons, I believe, that we're closer in, and then other seasons that we're just not close anymore.
Right.
But she's still, I consider her one of my best friends. Okay, we are getting into more like practical lifestyle, health and wellness, skincare. So I can ask you this one because you just traveled, but how do you stay healthy while you're traveling?
Simplify it, oversimplify it. There's a rainbow.
Stop. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Aw. Love that.
This is so random, guys, but I'm just going to randomly share it on the podcast because the rainbow's here and weird. The entire cruise, I haven't told you this either. The entire cruise, I literally was just sitting there sobbing over the fact that I'm like not a mom and a wife, you know, because I like to do that every other day. And when I travel, it like really hits. And the entire trip, I was like, okay, God, just give me a rainbow on the beach, because I feel like right now I just need the reassurance that like that is still happening in my life. And didn't happen. It was raining most of the trip. Didn't happen. We're on the beach. It starts pouring down rain. And I'm literally like on my knees, like sitting at the beach, just being like, okay, rainbow, rainbow, rainbow.
Yeah, like please show me something.
Waiting for it, being like, it's coming. Never happened.
Wait, seriously?
Never
Is this
happened.
the first rainbow?
Yeah. But I said on the beach, so does this count? I don't know. Do I need to drive to the beach right now to like make it count? I don't know.
Actually, where's the beach? Is it that way? I'm directionally challenged.
I am directionally
I don't
challenged as well.
But it's a rainbow.
It is a rainbow. But it's just,
that's beautiful.
It was a weird thing of like, okay, am I not getting this promise? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, sorry, little tangent there, but
Crazy. We're going to have to take a video of that and show you guys. It's beautiful.
yeah, maybe that's my rainbow and my sign. Maybe not. Maybe it's never supposed to happen for me.
I don't think so. That's a whole other topic. Like, will God put things in your heart that you'll never get?
Anyways, yeah, we'll have to do an episode on that one.
All right, so skincare and traveling.
Yeah, literally. Back to the staying healthy while traveling. Well, I guess honestly, that's part of it. Yeah, I stayed healthy while traveling and I lived this glamorous life while traveling. I also cried every other day. Which I'll do a full tangent on that of like my issues when traveling and how I just think about being home with kids. Anyways, staying healthy while traveling, oversimplify it. Oversimplify your routine while traveling. Bring things that are going to be helpful. I brought that like daily nutritional support, just mixed it in a water bottle every single day, blended up like my greens as well, shook them up in a water bottle every single day, because the truth is like you're not going to be eating vegetables 24/7 when you're traveling. Like it's really difficult to do that 24/7. Bring your supplements. And I feel like getting started every single day with the greens, with the daily nutritional support, and with my supplements, I felt like I had already kind of checked off the list of wellness for the day. Mm-hmm. And then, yes, I ate out of balance while I was traveling and things like that. But I started my day well. And I think that's probably my number one piece of advice of how to stay healthy while traveling. Start your day there, because it is so easy once you get going to fall off and do different things. So start your day there and then prioritize moving in any sort of way. Like you don't need to be super specific with, oh my gosh, I'm not lifting, I'm not whatever. Like just move your body if it's for a short period of time. If you're on a longer trip, I get it. I go stir crazy if I don't lift for a week. Mm-hmm. I was really grateful on the cruise. I could lift and it was great. those would probably be my top 2. And then bring things to like sleep well too.
Yeah.
Because I also think you sleep less when you travel. So I brought my face mask. I brought my earplugs. I brought my mouth tape. I slept super well, even though I was sleeping probably way less than I would a normal week.
Yeah. I think I agree with like all of that. I think too, it's like it comes down to the little decisions that you can make. Like you can go on a vacation and just like ball out, you're drinking, you're eating everything in sight. But if like you said, you can start your day and have healthy breakfast and then maybe splurge on a lunch. Like I also think vacations and like traveling can be a time for resetting your nervous system and focusing on like your stress. So maybe you're not, cutting out all the toxins and sauna and cold plunging and like doing all the crazy red light things and all the crazy things we do with like our equipment, but you can sit down, meditate, pray, relax, spend time with loved ones, be in nature, like depending on the trip you're doing. I think focusing on those things is also very healthy.
100%. I also think people talk so heavily about like 80-20 in normal everyday life, but also when you're traveling, that number obviously gets a little skewed. But I think being able to prioritize things that were healthy on my trip helped me enjoy my 20% so much more too, if that makes sense. Like I did drink a lot. I did eat some things that weren't what I normally would eat in a week, but I didn't feel bad when I did any of those things because my 80% at home, and again, that was not fully 80% while traveling, but that 80% like in my life being consistent helped me enjoy that 20% so much more, where I wasn't like,
exactly,
oh, my stomach hurts when I eat this. Oh, I feel this bad. Like I didn't feel the effects of enjoying my life, which was so nice while traveling.
Yeah, no, 100%, because you already like lead such a healthy life that there is room in your lifestyle for the splurge.
Yep.
In line with this, somebody had asked, non-toxic lifestyle changes on a budget. Where do you start? If you can't do it all, what first? I think this just goes back to the basics, like eating well, sleeping well, stressing well, and moving well. All of those things are free. Like you can get 8 hours going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time every morning, which is going to reset your circadian rhythm. That's free.
Yep.
Going to the store, you have to buy food. So choosing to buy apples instead of Twinkies, same price. You're not spending anything more. Stressing well, you can choose to declutter the things in your life that are stressing you out and choose to meditate, to read, to call a friend. You can manage that all for free. You don't need an app. You don't need some crazy contraption that you sit in.
Yeah.
Those help, but they're not needed. And then moving well, you can literally go for a walk outside. You can do a body weight workout. You can I feel like in the 80s they would use like cans in their like little workout videos. Like there's plenty and plenty of ways to do all of those for free. Yeah. Of course, it's nice to spend the money and, get the nice gym membership and do the Pilates class and buy the red light mask and all those things. But the basics and like just getting back to nature, all of that is free. And that is going to move the needle, especially if you feel unhealthy or if you're living an unhealthy lifestyle. That will move it way more than buying a supplement. That's not going to do anything if you don't have the basics down.
100%. Yeah. Unfollow all of the wellness influencers who are telling you what to buy.
Yeah.
Truly. I can say that because I'm one of them. It is a years down the line type of thing. Like if you're not addressing those couple things first, the rest of the stuff is not going to do it. Like truly, I've just learned that all throughout health coaching of like, if you're not doing these things, these extra little like shiny objects of doing XYZ is not going to do anything for you. It's not going to move the needle whatsoever. Yeah. Best skincare advice. Getting married this summer and want glowy skin.
I love skincare. Okay, so I actually just had a client that was having really bad skin issues, and they were doing like a carnivore diet thinking that it would help, and I told them about the gut testing that I did and how I did like the food sensitivity test, and she did that, and within like I think it's only been a week or two, her skin's already clearing up. So I would say if you're having like skin issues, you're breaking out, you're having eczema, rosacea, go get testing done, go to a functional medicine doctor, see a health coach, get the root cause figured out, because any Band-Aid or any supplement or any skincare brand that you're slapping over top is not going to do anything until you figure out the root cause. I will like scream that from the rooftops till I go voice dead. I don't lose my voice, whatever. And then, but I would say, like, if you already just have good skin and you want to elevate it, invest in a good esthetician that you trust. I like to see a holistic one. I don't do a lot of like the crazy chemical peels and facials and all this, like the BBL treatments. Like, I've tried all that and it just wasn't for me. The best thing that's helped my skin is seeing a holistic, like natural esthetician. I do nano needling with her. We do like lymphatic reflexology facials, and then I'm on a really good skincare brand. So those are my things. Also, if you're not eating right and you're not hydrating right, those are basic things. But those are just like if you want to take your skin to the next level.
Yeah.
Also, good makeup, non-toxic makeup. I literally was obsessed with the Charlotte Tilbury,
Yeah.
flawless filter. I don't know why I can't say that. It's like a tongue twister. The Charlotte Tilbury flawless filter. Obsessed with it. Use it all the time. I switched over to like non-toxic acne safe makeup, and then I bought like a little, just a mini version of that, just because I had like a night out and I wanted my skin to like look really good, because I usually don't use foundation. I just use like a skin tint. The next morning I woke up, my pores looked disgusting. Like, it wasn't even like I was breaking out. It was just my skin looked
Clogged
and just messy. I was like, ew. So I really think, like, I don't know, I would hear people talk about it all the time, like, oh, your makeup matters, your skincare matters. And it wasn't until I tested it myself that I was like, oh, it does. It does.
Yeah. I would basically amplify all of that. I feel like for me, it was really cleaning up my diet.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. That's the first thing. If you're having skin issues, get to the root cause. And for me, that was my diet and my lifestyle for sure.
I think also detoxing made a huge difference too. I was on this cruise for the last week and didn't have a sauna, wasn't overly doing like lymphatic drainage and things like that. And I came back and I'm like, oh, my skin's breaking out. And then went and sat in the sauna immediately. Feel like it's so much better.
Yeah.
And eating more like detoxifying foods. And I wasn't drinking a ton of water on that cruise either, because honestly, I didn't fully trust the water. So
that's a thing.
Now I'm like wondering why I have a migraine right now. Shocker. I'm dehydrated.
Crazy. I am dehydrated too. I've the last couple of nights been waking up with like the lines all over my face, and I'm like, oh wow, like I need to drink some more water. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, I think those are all of the questions. Did we go through them all? That was fun.
That was fun. I like how they kind of hit different topics. Of course, we love chatting about relationship stuff. It's so fun.
I know.
It's so fun being single too, and like not having ties to anyone, and being able to just be like, tee, this is what we think about this. And it's not like we're secretly hoping some guy will listen, or we're like, my boyfriend, whatever.
Or like sharing past stories, because I feel like we've both been through relationships and things that we have hurt us and that we've grown from.
Yeah.
But like in the past, when I had a boyfriend, I felt bad sharing those things. Yeah. It's like, oh, like he's gonna have to hear me talk about like my exes on here.
Right.
Now it's freeing because I can talk about whatever I want to talk about.
Me too. Even though I do have a boyfriend now, apparently.
Are we talking about that?
No, but I'm just saying it. No longer.
Just no. What?
No, I'm not giving any more details. I'm just saying that is what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Love it.
We'll see if I edit that out.
I'm crying. I was not expecting that. You see my face. I was like, wait, what? Woo! All right. We'll see where that goes. If you liked today's episode, we would so appreciate if you follow the podcast, like it, leave a review, follow us on Instagram at Let's Chat Soon Podcast. We also loved hearing all your questions today, so interacting with us, sending us a DM, all of the love. We need it all.
Our DMs are always open for actual advice. Not really sure which one of us you will get. Probably Alexis more than myself over there on the social media game. But we love you guys so much. Thanks for listening to today's episode, and let's chat soon.
Bye.